What's up, goalies? We're going to talk about seeing through screens today. And one of the biggest misconceptions that I see in today's game is goalies to see around a screen getting a lot wider and lower to try and find the puck. And while that does have its merits in certain situations and that can work in certain situations, a lot of times getting too low and too locked is going to get you stuck when you're trying to see around screens and also not allow you to shift into saves like you need to be able to do. Ideally, in today's game, what we want to try and be able to do is stay high, narrow, and so we can still stay explosive when we have to move across the zone, whether it's a pass or a skater moving with the puck. So we've got our guy here today, Coach Braden's just going to help me out by being a cone in front of me. And we're just going to work on show you guys a couple different things when it comes to seeing around screens. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is being able to stay high and look over the screen. No matter how tall, no matter how big that screen is in front of you, I want you to practice looking over the screen. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're trying to look over the top of the guy's head or we're trying to see around his shoulder blades. Looking over the screen just means staying big, staying tall. So for instance, in this case, Braden's a little bit taller than me. And what I'm going to try to do to look over him, hey, will you back up for me a little bit, Coach? So I can be in the crease here. What I'm gonna do to look over the screen here is I'm gonna stay big, I'm gonna stay tall in my chest, and I'm gonna lean more forward. This way I'm still in an active stance, my Z pattern stance if you watch my other videos. Now I'm active, I'm forward, and I can still be explosive if I have to move side to side versus getting low, getting stuck, and being unable to shift out of this position. So looking over the screen in this case, guys, it means staying big, staying forward and looking around the rib cage, around the elbows, and around the shoulders. Not leaning forward like this, but just enough that I can catch the forehand side of the player, the forehand side of the puck, and still be explosive on a pass or a movement across the zone. The other thing that looking over the screen is really, really important to remember when we talk about looking over the screen is having that slight forward movement in our chest. So if I'm flat like this in any position, whether I'm looking around a screen or whether I'm just playing the puck, if I'm flat in the chest, when I drop, I'm gonna be back on my heels. And I talk about this in another one of my videos where we talk about Z pattern stance and recoveries. But when I'm flat, guys, I'm back on my heels. When I'm forward, I'm over my toes and I can drop down into saves and be active and over the puck. On a screen, this is really, really important because if I play flat, then when I try to make the move side to side, I'm gonna end up way back on my heels and way off balance. In order to see over the screen, I'm gonna have that little bit of a chest lean forward. So now I can be here, I can lean forward around that screen, see past the rib cage, still be tall and explosive, and still have my hands in front of me so that when I get set, I'm planted, my hands are in front of me, and I'm over my toes. So while you guys are working in practice and you're practicing seeing through screens, seeing over and around screens, really keep this in mind, this idea of looking over it, of being a little bit taller, a little bit more aggressive, so you can shift side to side, be in front of the screen instead of locking and getting low and getting stuck. So next practice, high on your toes, Z pattern stance, chest forward, hands out in front of you so that we can stay above and over the screen. All right? Catch you guys in the next video.